Have you had your daily Wow, why is that not? Have you had your daily dose of cringe today? Because I've got a full plate for you. In fact, 3 full servings. Today, we're talking about the vegan teacher.
Are you able to help us? He said, I can't help you. I said, why not? He said, because I'm trapped. I'm trapped. They wrapped me up in gold and stuck me here and I can't even move.
Now, I'm in a delicate place as a YouTuber because I can just pick and choose what situations or people I want to get myself involved with by talking about. Now, I've seen a lot of the vegan teacher. Like, people have been making videos recently about her. She's been coming across my feed because people have been clipping little clips about her doing super radical things. Like, it's been crazy. Every time I come across her feed, I find myself laughing and pretty much just blown away at the outrageous lengths she goes to try to get clicks and ad revenue from hate views. Now, she can think what she wants to think because her freedom of speech is her right, and I'm a pretty big proponent of freedom of speech. Hers is a little bit more noticeable because her views are crazy and my views are based on logic and reasoning. Look, society and common sense has pretty much drawn a line in the sand, and they say that you shouldn't feel shame nor regret for traits that have led you to consume a meat-rich diet. And this is something that the vegan teacher will jump on. If somebody consumes non-vegan anything, or if they use non-vegan anything, she's going to jump on them and accuse them of perpetuating heinous acts and saying that one thing is not as good as the other. If you've been on the internet in any form since 2019 and the beginning of COVID, then you've probably heard of the vegan teacher. From attacking MrBeast, criticizing children, and praising Hitler, to most recently attacking Oompaville and his girlfriend KallmeKris, that vegan teacher has been craving the spotlight since the character's inception and has been covered by YouTubers all across the platform. To be honest, I think that's actually her main goal. At first, people thought she was either a gimmick or an exaggeration, or both. An attempt at being extra and super exaggerated to garner a platform and then eventually mellow out, leaving her with a platform she actually can talk to. You know, something she can monetize. That vegan teacher has went to great lengths to criticize creator after creator, and I'm gonna go over the ones that stand out from oldest to newest, and I'm gonna show you how she is starting to inject herself into the lives of people.
So I'm very sorry that I ever introduced them. I wish I had.
So you're new to my channel, so am I. My last video was my very first long-form video, and I really appreciate the feedback you guys gave me. Making weekly videos that bring the viewer value has been my dream for as long as I can remember. And if you stick with me, I promise to iron out the fine details, and you can be part of my hero arc on YouTube. Okay? Alright, let's get started. The birds were chirping. Nobody was telling her to keep her opinions to herself. She had to change that. So she decided to call out somebody who is loved all around the world. This is a person who personally identifies with the ability to cater to any eating taste that anybody has. Gordon Ramsay is known around the freaking world for his teaching and cooking skills. The dude literally is also a master at media and has marketed himself out the ass. Dude is a master at monetizing his career and all his talents in every which way possible, to the point where he's making an empire, and he's pretty much the perfect person for the opposite type of person to go after. In this 30-minute video, the vegan teacher rants about Gordy, and at one point comparing him to the likes of
Hitler,
among other figures, before going on to talk without proof about all the negative things Ramsay's done in the world.
how is he different from Hitler? Name the one way he is different.
Gordon Ramsay runs a freaking charity where he donates millions to those in need, gives people jobs, as well as he's just a shoulder for people who have literally nobody else. How could you say those things about a dude like that? It's safe to say that targeting universally loved people is just another outlet for that vegan teacher to try to rage bait all of the followers of those people that are gonna just jump at the opportunity to defend their favorite freaking artist. She's either trying to get the reactions of super innocent people, or she just wants to be made fun of, man. I don't know.
I would even suggest that he is a worse human.
Gordon Ramsay is a great person. I agree, dude. You must be some type of twisted and evil if you want to puff out your chest and draw a comparison like this. If anything, it really just shows how twisted, demented, and evil you really are. That vegan teacher has to be some sort of twisted and evil to be able to puff out her chest and make a comparison like that. If anything, it shows just how delusional and disrespectful she really freaking is. Take note of the fact that she drew comparisons to Hitler early on in her video. That's going to be important later. That comes up again. During a 10-minute rant, that vegan teacher took what most would call a disrespectful tone. She took religion as a catalyst to deliver her personal beliefs on others while degrading their personal beliefs. The video did its job, and it acted as rage bait for those who she was obviously trying to trigger.
I decided to come over to church because I wanted to talk to Jesus. So I came to talk to him. He said, I can't help you. I'm trapped. I'm trapped. They wrapped me up in gold and stuck me here and I can't even move. I'm supposed to be helping people. I don't even know what the hell's going on in the world. Billions of animals trapped in cages, just like what the Nazis did to the Jews. He said, well, I can't help anybody anymore. Change your religion like you change your underwear. Change your religion, show God that you really care. I told them about poor Jesus over here, how he's stuck and wrapped in gold, and they said, yeah, he doesn't really know what's going on because he doesn't have a cell phone. So here's Jesus. Unfortunately, he can't really help.
Let's just mull this around in our heads for a quick moment. This is a lady, over 50 years old, talking to the camera about her recent conversation with a statue of Jesus Christ. She said that Jesus told her that she needs to be a shepherd for the word of veganism. This is funny because she's basically implying here that she can do a better job than God, or that God needs her help, which has a lot to do with the ending of the video, so keep note of the fact that she thinks she's better than God.
Time to change your religion like you change your underwear. Welcome to class, everybody, and especially to you, Nikocado, Avocado. What I see here is really just an individual who is extremely cruel and sick in the head. You know what you're doing is evil. Not only are you paying for the rape, the torture, the confinement, and the murder of so many animals, and you are making so many other people unhealthy, and you are causing so much harm. Everyone's just sitting around waiting for you to self-destruct. You went down this terrible path, this dark path where you were depressed and cared about making money. You are allowing the animal holocaust to continue by not speaking out against it, by participating in it. You are paying people in the meat industry to rape females by forcing cows and pigs to be pregnant without consent. You follow this up by stealing their babies and eating them. This is sexual assault.
So in the video, she basically maintained the same role as all of her other videos, except she added a little bit of body shame in there, but continuously tried to push her narrative onto her viewer's face. Like, I might not agree with how Nikocado gets his views, but that doesn't mean that that vegan teacher had any grounding for the criticism she had, or the mere disregard and disrespect for other people's eating habits other than her own. So we're still around the 2-year mark. You might remember this, but she criticized MrBeast for donating to charity, saying that no matter how much money he donates to charity, it'll never counteract the fact that he ate meat.
In this video,
Is it vegan? He doesn't say so.
this is a $2 hot dog.
Is that a vegan hot dog?
Next is a $125 milkshake.
Is it made with vegan milk? This is totally not okay.
She stuck to her script and she criticized everybody in MrBeast's crew, including MrBeast, for practicing the same beliefs that she tries to practice herself, just the other way around, because she believes in the opposite thing. This is the same type of video style throughout her entire channel. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. They're all the freaking same. The template is simple. Choose somebody who's massively and critically loved by everybody and pick them apart for having opinions that are different than yours. You know, I think I've figured out why she's been able to be so radical and hateful online. Drawing such horrid comparisons and making the most absurd accusations, I think it's because she's an old lady. For those of you who think that's not the reason, just think about it. If you saw a crazy old lady on the street yelling nonsensical bullshit, you'd be more inclined to look the other way because she's old. A younger person does the same damn thing, and they're more likely to get, you know, more repercussion for it. I mean, she says a lot of good things about Hitler, but how did that work for Kanye? Yet she is not getting canceled. Why is that? Because everybody thinks she's a victim at heart. It is strategic. I swear, it's strategic. It has to be strategic. I think it's true. Being a crazy old lady is associated with being a victim, so it's easier to fly under the radar. A young person just can't do that. Now, how about that time the vegan teacher told her audience that her cats either need to be vegan or euthanized? Fucking euthanized.
Most of you won't like what I am about to talk about. You'll think that it's a bit over the top, a bit crazy. You'll probably be angry. They were my first animal companions when I became a registered nurse. But since then, I've become vegan and I've come to see things a little bit differently. Don't get me wrong, I still find them absolutely gorgeous and cute. They're so soft and I like to be surrounded by them. But the truth is that cats have no place in our homes or in our lives at all.
Now, just like I did to you there, she clickbaited her audience. She didn't actually talk about euthanizing cats, and she only wanted people to click her video and watch it all the way through so that they could maybe find and clip that one part of her actually saying it. Don't worry though, guys. I'm not clickbaiting you. She's completely freaking lost it as of late, and I'm gonna show you. Just wait till the end of the video.
Animals are innocent, like children.
My turn, you dweeb!
Okay, what is going on? That girl who is, how old is she? Are those meatballs in that spaghetti?
Let them starve!
Absolutely, let them starve! What a horrible thing to say! What a speciesist thing to say! No!
In this video, she mentioned about how she got a mass amount of emails All the people telling her that she should look at these two creators, Sniper Wolf and Darman. It's funny because multiple times throughout the video, she called Sniper Wolf a horrible person, which in hindsight from today is hilarious because of the Jack's Film doxing situation. It's weird to admit she was right even one time. That vegan teacher calling Sniper Wolf anything horrible is completely null and void because they both just completely crave views and will do absolutely freaking anything in their power with absolutely no moral compass to direction them to get those views and AdSense money. They'll literally do anything. Personally, for me, it's like really hard to watch like Sniper Wolf, even worse than that vegan teacher, because Sniper Wolf talks to her audience like they're thumb-sucking babies with shit in their diapers. Like, if that's your target audience to begin with, that's kind of fucked up, because like if your YouTube is running ads on your stuff and you're just advertising to kids, so if people all around the world are just kind of using your content to keep their thumb-sucking kid at bay and stop them from whining and complaining, those views aren't making any sales. And it's hilarious that YouTube puts her up on a pedestal, because in that situation, getting a bunch of people to see an ad doesn't equate to ad revenue, because being shown an ad to the wrong audience and that equating to great numbers means that a bunch of babies decided not to go with your product. So I don't even understand why YouTube even values her content, because nobody with money or intelligence is going to buy anything from her. You know, reminds me of like those 1990s kid shows that were so cringe and talk like a baby to even the 5-year-old audience it was targeted to. They even made those kids quite literally cringe and crave adults talking to them normally. I feel like it almost gave a catalyst for kids that grew up with it to just crave being treated like an adult at a young age and being considered mature. Was it just me, or did it feel like the big comfy couch was like the opposite of brainwashing? They were trying to like delete your brain cells. Even as a child, I was like, turn this shit on. So yeah, that vegan teacher and Sniper Wolf both have pretty much went off the deep end. They've went to the point of no return. They're not able to get people with fully functioning cortexes to actually pay attention to their stuff, and so they just want people that are moldable like clay to watch their videos.
Hey everyone! So I guess by now you all heard about the Queen of England dying, because the Queen of England wasn't actually brave or kind. She was merely polite.
I'm not the biggest fan of the royal family. They are responsible for many heinous acts, and I don't personally believe that the thieves of all of this wealth they have should be able to keep the wealth after being proven they stole it. But what do I know? What do I know? It's just my opinion, and we're allowed to have those. An opinion I expect to be respected because I respect other people's opinions, but not that vegan teacher. No, she took the death of somebody who many hold close to their hearts, and she used it as a catalyst to flame her agenda. Now she's probably thinking, hey, if I say this shit, I'm probably gonna get a marginal small group of people over here to support me. But no, she pretty much turned England against her. And now we get to the recent stuff. Yes, because the trolls never sleep. Her most recent target was one of my favorite creators, Oompaville. Now I haven't been on YouTube that long. Now, I was homeschooled and raised on a property where the wind flew through my hair, and I trespassed on property with my friends as a pastime. Only when I turned 18 did I sprout some big hairy aspirations, spread my wings, and get a labor job. That's when I started using YouTube for reasons other than to fix my freaking quad.
YouTube was a full thrust when I started watching videos. A lot had happened. And I started watching Oompaville because the man has literally went over every single piece of drama that the YouTube has had to offer me. That dude's brought me up to speed. Fast forward a couple years and I see Oompaville actually brought that vegan teacher into one of his videos. He actually gave her his location. It makes sense why in his latest video he mentions a trebuchet. What's that again? Oh yeah, this thing. So I don't think he wants intruders at his house. I don't think intruders want to be there either. Only go where you're invited, people. I am a man who likes watching forced conflict. Don't get me wrong. I don't like watching people get hurt, but what Oompaville did here is hilarious, dude.
I got her to come to Texas from Canada. She just like lived in Montreal or something like that. Southern Vegan ZPs. It's called boiled peanuts. She's forcing us to do this.
Come into my house, I'm going to take care of you. Complete opposites.
Right. I do that.
Yeah.
Actively.
Yeah, and you're a piece of shit for it.
1, 2, 3. Oh my god.
And that we should help to maintain their vegan virginity, not to.
Virginity, right?
Yeah. You know what? You did a video recently where you all holding peanut butter jars and you were like doing this to it? Okay, do more of that.
That was a while ago.
Okay, well, I don't know. I just
It was
see
Peanut
stuff.
Butter Friday, all right?
He had her on and basically, in my opinion, tricked her into finally, and for once, dropping the facade and showing who the character is behind the character of that vegan teacher. Oompaville just released a huge video on this, by the way. He goes over and in depth how that vegan teacher tried to insert herself into the drama in his life and take claim over some of the most important things that he takes claim for. The only thing that vegan teacher can take claim for is making people pissed off at how much time they've wasted watching her content. Because believe me, one of my good friends is a vegan and even he thinks that she is an absolute nutcase. It's disgusting, dude. But I don't think it's affecting them, to be honest. Anyways, back to it. Oompaville had her on his video. Little by little, Oompaville started to get her to lower her guard down a little bit. She became less and less radical, to the point where she actually shot what looks to me to be a Savage Rascal 22 long rifle. Could be that gun. Kinda hard to be a freaking gun expert when your government reclassifies all the weapons under a banned classification and then takes all your freaking guns away. Overall, I enjoyed the video. Excuse me. Oompaville says that he regrets making the video and ever even having contact with her, but I think all the power to him. He did the exact same thing to her that she does to anybody else on the platform. He does what she does to others, and he used her for views, and he blatantly showed his viewers the absurdities of her ways without her even noticing what she was doing. The video ended on good terms. Things were seemingly off to a good start for that vegan teacher, for the first time ever. She made a connection with a creator that wasn't toxic, that she could use to finally transition herself away from all of this radical bullshit and maybe dig herself out of a hole she's created. Well, all good things come to an end, especially when you're that vegan teacher and you end all good things on purpose. At this point, I'm genuinely curious if that vegan teacher actually believes in all the shit she peddles, because she just took her one-way ticket out of the hole that she's dug and she tore it up to pieces. I don't understand. Tell me how to understand. After the Oompaville collaboration, she... Excuse me? What? You have everything you need. What? Yeah. This is Lilo.
After the Oompaville video and quite recently, that vegan teacher green screened herself onto one of Ryan Trahan's videos, and yet again she started drawing comparisons between the slaughtering of animals and the Holocaust.
The other day I saw a picture of this guy named William who broke the world record for the most expensive Starbucks drink ever. It cost him $140.
Oh, not another one of these. It's gonna be like a MrBeast type thing.
I'm actually very nervous. I don't know what the...
He is nervous. He is nervous. There are people right now who are being bombed to death in Palestine, and he is a white male in a car, and he is nervous.
their most expensive item is?
Horrific. So many murdered animals keep coming into these restaurants everywhere around the world because of people like you who encourage people to go there. This is an absolute devastation. It is a Holocaust that is going on. Shame on you. I think I've seen enough. I don't think we need to keep watching here. We know where this is going. We've seen this a million times before. But for the rest of you who are actually
good people, what is this person's obsession with the Holocaust? If your shindig is to draw comparisons between the Holocaust and animals dying, that is your problem. But guess what? You can't go out and tell other people that they should feel shameful for believing in what the mass population believes is morally correct. You're gonna get massively ratioed, and that's something you ask for. You're like, hey, can I get massively ratioed? And then they massively ratio you. And you're like, holy shit, why did I get massively ratioed? But like, it's not real and it's annoying. You see what I'm saying? She'll always be wrong in the masses with this opinion. Should animals be treated with respect? Duh. Of course. But she wants to think that animals are completely the same and equal to humans. And by golly, go for it. But boy oh boy, I loved that blackened steak I had at Hell's Kitchen last month when I was in Las Vegas. I'm not one to spend $350 US on 2 meals, but it was worth it. Anyways, in that same video, that vegan teacher makes comments about Ryan Trahan, saying stuff about Palestine, saying stuff about how he's a white man who's nervous or something, and she actually calls him a coward. How could you call Ryan Trahan a coward? The dude's literally a walking innocent stick. Saying that Ryan is a bad person makes you a bad person. KallmeKris is also another huge creator just like Oompaville, and she has created so many cool videos for the platform. That vegan teacher obviously seen her as an outlet and a way to get a bunch of rage bait people over to her own account using a bunch of the shit talk she's always done to all the creators. Like I said, I'm new to YouTube, considering how old YouTube and I am. I'm fairly new to YouTube, and I found out about KallmeKris on Oompaville's channel. Let me tell you, the girl cracks you up. Every time that vegan teacher makes a video about her, she dunks on her right back, because why wouldn't she? I mean, the only thing she's gonna gain if she doesn't get the monetization and views from it is nothing, except for the video still existing on that vegan teacher's page, so she might as well make these replies. Sometime after the vegan teacher and Oompaville collab, Oompaville and KallmeKris actually came out as a couple, and that vegan teacher posted a nice story, basically calling Oompaville and KallmeKris her friends, despite them basically cutting ties with her entirely, not one message back, ever since their last collaboration in person. Shortly after this though, she must have realized that they had completely cut ties with her, because then she went on to make a video completely claiming that she was the reason that got together, as well as apologizing to everybody and basically saying that it's her fault that they were ever together and that she's sorry that they ever got together. Basically casting a negative light onto the relationship, which is super fucking disrespectful. Like, she just takes liberties in people's lives like she doesn't have the right to take. Satire aside, you shouldn't be making a joke like, I'm the reason you two have a relationship. No, you fucking aren't. Think about the thing that brings you the most pride. Think about the thing you've worked the hardest for, or the thing you consider yourself the luckiest person alive to have in your life. Now picture someone randomly coming into your life and claiming ownership over that, and then to be as so low as to double down and say that they regret the thing that they had nothing to do with creating. Satire or not, leaving comments like that transcends that little fun internet beef and enters the realm of actual serious personal attacks. This just shows how low the lows a vegan teacher will go to just maintain the smallest amount of internet relevancy. Personally, I don't think she'll ever be able to eat enough vegetables to undo the horrible shit she said to other people. Ironic, isn't it? A couple weeks ago, she uploaded a video called "Hitler was a nice guy, just like your own family members." How fucked up is that? Remember when I said to remember that Holocaust stuff from the post a few years ago? The lady has a weird draw to casting a positive light on Hitler. That's so cringe. This is how you know she's just about done with her villain arc, because how many people can go further after Hitler? You know, there's so many things you can radicalize, there's so many places you can go to push your narrative, but when you reach Hitler, there's not very many places to go after that. There's like no defending it. There's no opinion that can, it's such a radical thing, man. Like, how could you defend Hitler? So basically in this video, she's giving vegans shit for endorsing their family who might not be vegan on eating meat, yet being against the Holocaust. Yet again, pulling this freaking comparison.
All right, let's look at a comment here that is in my comment section on my YouTube channel. This person says, the thing about her, meaning me, is that she only sees the bad side of people and not the good side. Like me, not vegan. I volunteer at an animal shelter every Saturday. Wow, what a nice person. So you volunteer at an animal shelter and then you go home to pay people to murder chickens, cows, and pigs, and then you shove them down your pie hole. Good work. I mean, hey, after all, I agree with you. We should always see the good side of people. For example, Hitler. I mean, besides the fact that he murdered millions of innocent people, I'm sure he was deep down a good guy who said please and thank you once in a while. According to your logic, a person can murder and still be good. So, if your mom was kidnapped, raped, tortured, pinned down, forced to have her milk stolen, we should see the good in the person that did that, because, maybe that week he held the door open for someone. Yep, extremely logical. Good work. Looking at the fact that you, like Hitler, are also good sometimes.
Also recently released a video where she said she wants to start a cult, and then doubled down and said vegans could do a better job than God, basically making a parallel to that awesome conversation she had with a stone statue of Jesus about that exact fucking thing. I tell you, it's hard to take an unbiased look at that vegan teacher, because she just chooses such good people and she goes after them for such rage bait reasons, always trying to one-up herself from the last radical statement she said that got her in shit. But we can't tell the future, guys. We don't know if she'll keep going, if she'll be successful, or if she'll cross the line of social media and get all of her accounts deleted. I mean, I'm personally surprised that social media didn't deplatform already. I mean, free speech is one thing, but she's done a lot of things that have gotten a lot of other people deplatformed for good reason. I mean, look at what happened to Kanye. But in the case of that vegan teacher, I think she takes advantage of the fact that she can hide behind a veil of, hey, look, I am a old, fragile vegan lady. I can't be held responsible or have any repercussions for the things I've done or the actions I've taken. The whole world likes to see an old lady go unharmed, you know? And I think that if somebody who was a little bit younger than her, who was a little bit more sane looking, would probably have a harder time saying the exact same things in the exact same format that that vegan teacher has successfully done for herself. I mean, look at her. It looks like a slight breeze could knock her down. She doesn't really look like the prime candidate for cancellation. Okay, hooligans, I'll see you in the next video.
Everyone be vegan from now on.
Thank you for watching.